Hi, Andrea. Happy holidays. Nice to see a little video request come through from you. Um, I know you want to see Hattie, but she's definitely passed out sleeping over there, so I won't wake her up. But she's had, a really rough day of walks and sniffing and eating. So, we gotta let her rest up. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a nice holiday season so far. I got your list of questions, and let's sort of go through and answer some of them. You asked about my favorite hobby besides musical theater, and that's easy. It's crossword puzzles. I love doing crossword puzzles. I set myself a goal like three or 4 years ago to do the New York Times crossword puzzle and to learn how to do it every day. If you don't know, they tend to get progressively harder as the day of the week goes on. So Monday is usually the easiest. Saturday is usually the hardest. Sunday is the largest, and Thursday is the weirdest, to put it succinctly. And so that's sort of like my favorite hobby and like a little daily ritual I have that I love to do. What else did you ask? This is you brought up whether any of my costumes have been vegan. And I have no idea. I imagine certain elements of my costumes have been vegan, but I don't know as a whole that I've had, a completely vegan, animal conscious design and costume. So I guess that's something to ask some costume designers, and whether they'd be interested in doing an entire show that sort of revolves around that. It's a cool idea. You want to know if I would ever quit theater and become an animal rights activist for PETA? Do I have to quit to do that? Can't I do both? Can't I have it all? I love your connection to PETA, and I think that's really wonderful. So I'm here to support you, and I love that organization, obviously, and always happy to help in any way that I can. You're asking some really tough questions in this video, Andrea, I have to say, and I'm just teasing you about it because it's good, but you're asking the tough ones that are not easy to answer succinctly. You asked about LGBTQI plus people playing straight roles versus straight people playing their roles in a musical or TV and film. And, that's a debate that we could discuss for hours. But you don't want to listen to that. And I don't know that I have the energy tonight to say that. I will just say I think that's a tricky topic, and I don't think there's one easy answer for that. I think a lot of it is taken on a case-by-case basis. I think a blanket rule of thumb should just be the best person for the role should get the job. And the person who can deliver the director's vision the best should be the actor that you hire. So whether it's a gay person playing a gay person, or a straight person playing a gay person, or a gay person playing a straight person, I really do just think at the end of the day, the person who is the best fit for the role should get it. Let's see, what else do you want to know? How do you say no if there's something that makes you uncomfortable that you have to do in a musical? This is a good question. It's something that I feel like you learn how to stand up for yourself more the older you get. And I'd say, if I was, when I was in my 20s, maybe I didn't know how to stand up for myself as much. And so you might, I've never had to do something that's made me super uncomfortable, but there are definitely things when you don't know how to stand up for yourself and say no, that's asking too much, or you're asking too much of me, or we're going a little bit too far. But I feel like as I've aged and had experience in the business and worked with, a variety of directors and creative teams, you learn how to stand up for yourself a little bit more, and you learn how to value yourself a little bit more. I think that's a lesson that everyone can learn something from, how to value yourself in the world, not just, in the rehearsal room or in musical theater, but in any job that you have or any social situation. If something makes you uncomfortable, speak up for yourself. If something makes you uncomfortable, remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to be there. So that's something I've definitely learned and acted upon as I've gotten older. Have I ever been to Toronto? Yes. So when I was 22, I worked for Disney Cruise Line, and they rehearse out of Toronto. And so I spent 3 months before we got on the ship rehearsing all of our shows in Toronto, and I loved it. It's actually the city that I first saw Jersey Boys in. There was a sit-down company at that time. And so that was like my first experience with Jersey Boys, which I'll never forget. And just, I didn't spend winter in Toronto. I spent summer in Toronto. So I can't speak for winter, but summer was awesome. I had a great, great time. My plans for the holiday season, I am going to spend some time with my family in California. It's been a bit since I've been out there and seen them. And so I'm going to spend a few days there and then come back to New York and spend the rest of the holidays with Corey and Hattie, if she's awake. Is she? No, she's still sleeping. Anyway, this has gone on very long. So let me just say, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you for your support. It means so much. And I hope I answered at least some of your questions. And I know that we will chat again soon. So happy holidays.